Well, good morning, Meg. Another Workforce Friday. This morning we're at Acme Paper and Supply. And listen, I'll be honest, when I heard the name Acme, it took me back to those Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote cartoons, looking for some anvils, that kind of thing. Totally different. This is a distribution warehouse, and you've probably seen some of the products that they move out of here, and you just didn't even know it came from here. A lot of things, cups and popcorn holders, you name it. Let me tell you a little about their workforce. 245 people work here at their office in Jessup, and it's from Monday through Friday, a 24-hour operation. The warehouse shift starts at 6 a.m. with shipping and receiving. Some other jobs here, they've got purchasing, accounting, truck drivers who really make things go, sales reps, and customer service teams as well. Now, Acme started at a garage, a shop in Baltimore about 70 years ago, and now it has facilities here in Jessup and in Richmond, Virginia. One of the words, though, keyword here at Acme, innovation for products that they use at hospitals, the stuff that holds your food and drinks, like we said, at games, and the containers that hold your leftovers at some of your favorite restaurants. Guilty of that. I probably use a lot of them. And with your family, it's a real family operation. 3 generations deep at the helm, and employees say that family feeling really comes across.
That's one of the big advantages of working at Acme. When you work at Acme, it's a family environment, and everybody feels good about what they're doing and accomplishing here. So it's a lot of fun.
Sure, and they say not just a lot of fun here at the factory and down there in Richmond, but also when you're going through stores, you see things that got off of your pallet and onto a truck and right into a place. A lot of pride here. If you take a look behind me, this is the end of a shift loading trucks, but you see floor to ceiling products that they move all day long. Coming up a little bit later, we'll talk to some of the people who help keep things moving here, and we'll hear a little bit about how this started right after the war. One man who comes to work every day, 95 years old. Wait to hear that story. Meg, back to you. Well, the work of a distribution company like we're at today, Acme, is really one that's ongoing all day long. There's always activity, always something to be done, because there's always a deadline. And meeting that goal starts here in the loading dock, but then it goes on to the guys and women behind this loading dock and behind those trucks. Once trucks are loaded at Acme Paper and Supply, professional drivers like Louis Ritchie take control.
It's a lot of fun, really. You get involved with it. They treat you like family.
You think your drive is stressful? Well, Ritchie is on deadline. Through Acme's Operations Center, customers can keep tabs on all drivers and merchandise. Just know that red equals bad, like behind schedule or some type of problem. And if you think drivers are just hauling goods, think again.
You have to get involved with every customer. You have to be a part of their business. It's not just pull up, throw a box, and leave.
Their products arrive at stadiums, hospitals, and mom-and-pop restaurants, rain or shine. Ritchie says when he came on board in 1991, he had no idea what this job would mean to him.
I thought it was just another step through it. I never thought I would be here today, 24 years later, still being one of the top drivers here.
He describes it as dedication from both sides of this workforce. And keeping up with business also means keeping up with the times. This container here, all made from recycled bottles. And coming up next, we'll talk a little bit about their sustainability project here at Acme. For now, though, back to you. Another Workforce Friday. We're at Acme Paper and Supply with the Atman brothers. If you know Baltimore, you know the Atman name. Did you have a choice if you go at the delicatessen or the distribution company?
It was always a choice. It was always an option for us. But fortunately, our father chose another path for his family.
What I think is cool is that your dad came back from the war. He decided he wanted to start a company, and the community really rallied behind him, yeah?
When he came back, he looked at options for himself. His mother was the one that really thought he would do well in the paper business. That was in the days before there were plastics, plastic cups, or all of these products that exist today. And he really took it little by little and created an innovative company that brought a lot of products to the market that people are using every day.
Sure, and when you say a lot, I mean, there are a ton of products. If you look behind, Solo cups and the things that you use at stores when you get your carry out, that's here. Popcorn containers. You showed me a cool one. When Memorial Stadium went down, we moved to Camden Yards, you guys did the commemorative cup.
Sure. They came to us. Actually, they came to Steve and said, we want you to design something that'll be really special, that people will take home and have as souvenirs that'll last them for years. And I go
to a lot of my friends' houses, and they still have not only the cups that we did for Oriole Park and for Memorial Stadium, but for Cal Ripken and for Eddie Murray and for all the special events that have gone on in Baltimore sports for the last 40 years.
And then somehow you guys managed to work with your brothers and even work with your sons on a daily basis, and then Dad's watching over you. 95 years old, still comes into the office, yeah?
It's true. It's the greatest. We're all pulling in the same direction. You know, when you think about Acme Paper, you think about family, experience, innovation. We have 8 family members that are Atmans, but we have 250 families that make up Acme Paper. You see a lot of them here working at night, 24 hours a day. They work this warehouse. In the office, out on the street, we have people with 10, 20, 30, 40 years experience.
Sure.
And we take that out to the clients, and we bring creative, cost-effective solutions to them that really help their business.
We love it. Appreciate you having us here. We'll talk to some of these guys who work in the factory. We'll also talk to some of the drivers who make sure that everything that comes out of here gets to the destination on time. Mick, back to you. Well, the workforce here at Acme Food and Supply, or Paper and Supply, excuse me, comes down to one name that all Baltimoreans really would be familiar with. It's the Atman family, and you know, half of them worked in the food business, in the deli, dates back to like 1915. The other half of the family, they package that food, and they package a whole lot more beyond that. 3 generations of the Atman family, along with hundreds of employees here in Jessup and also in Richmond, Virginia, punch the clock here, and they put their products across the region and the nation as well. With a name that reminds you of the Roadrunner, Acme Paper and Supply sets a dizzying pace daily.
So we'll move over 15,000 cases on a typical day out the door, and probably another 15,000 cases coming in the door during a typical day.
A stroll through what seems like a never-ending inventory. It's a far cry from the 7 products CEO Ron Atman's father Edward began selling after World War II.
You know, I think he marvels, you know, at what's happened with his little idea when he came out of the war in 1946 to, you know, his goal was, he told me, he said, my goal was to make $100 a week. And he's doing a little better than that.
They are distributors, moving everything from disposable and earth-friendly plates at your local carryout to the equipment and china at restaurants. Even the packaging for your next purchase may have been designed by Acme. And Atman says moving their product is far more than just a family affair.
We have 8 members of the Atman family here, but we couldn't even begin to execute what we do without the other 250 employees that we have here and team members that we have here. I mean, they are the best, and that really helped take us to where we are in the market today.
Yeah, and they've been taking them there this morning. They've been working hard. This entire loading dock was full of things that they've been moving to different places, and it really is a wide variety. These are just, you know, those rubber gloves you may see in your own kitchen. They move those to different places, solo cups, you name it. They've got it. Coming up, we'll have a live interview with 2 workers. One is working here right in the factory, in the warehouse, excuse me, tells us a little bit about the work they're doing. Also, the cleaning solutions. We told you about how they keep hospitals safe, things they do to keep it sterile. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. That's coming up. Back to you in the studio.
Jason.
Yeah, Meg, I told you this is a family affair. Now I got Scott Atman with me. He's the grandson of Eddie who started it all, and your grandfather told you, and he works with sustainability, so biodegradable type things. Your grandfather told you this is cyclical. Came right back around for your job, huh?
My grandfather started the company 70 years ago. Plastic hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
So at the time, everything was paper. Now we've made this transition over 70 years back to sustainable products. So we have products here that are made from all sorts of materials, a lot of them paper-based. So he says to me, it took all you guys 70 years to get back to where I started this whole company in the beginning.
Proud of you, I'm sure. Check this stuff out, though. All of this, if you put in a compost heap and for about, what, 90 days or so, turns into soil?
90 days or less. All of these products here are made from either bagasse materials, which could be sugarcane, wheat, stalk, paper, bio-based products, also PLA, which is a starch-based plastic, corn, tapioca, potatoes. All those products will break down 60 days to 90 days and turn right into nutrient-rich soil.
When you started working here, how old were you the first day you walked in?
6, and I could alphabetize. That was my only qualification.
And were you getting paid?
It was about 50 cents, whatever it was for a Baby Ruth in the vending machine is what I made.
Man, we'll work for food, it's true. So these are all companies that Acme works with, biodegradable, big now. Some of them have to make that shift because of the law.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit because of the law, and it's also marketability because the next generation of people understand that the environment's critical to us. And, you know, our kids are learning it in school, and they're coming up looking for these types of products, and they know about it. So there's a lot of people going into business now that they know that the next generation, they want to see these products, and that's who they're marketing to. So it's a little bit of social responsibility and also marketability because they think it's the right thing to do.
Sure, we got to get going quick. Hey, Glenn, come in here because we have to thank Glenn. Glenn set up the warehouse and made sure we stayed out of the way and didn't get hurt. So thank you this morning.
Thank you very much, and we want to thank you guys for spending the morning with the Acme team.
Excellent. Acme Workforce Friday. Back to you in the studio. Workforce Friday at Acme Paper and Supply. We're here with Herschel Pazornik, and you're a good example of how it's not just paper. You guys do a little bit of everything, yeah?
That's correct. We take care of all the restaurants. We deliver all the heavy equipment, the dinnerware, the glassware, flatware, any type of supply that they may need, from an ongoing restaurant that may need a new ice machine to if you're going to build a restaurant and you need the whole kitchen laid out for you and all the kitchen equipment supplied, from the grills and the fryers to the refrigerators.
And all out of the same warehouse?
We do it all out of this warehouse here. We have crews that go out and uncrate everything, deliver it, set it in place, get it ready for the electrician and the plumber to hook up. And after we leave, then one of our other associates comes in and delivers the paper products as well as the small wares.
Sure. And you work with the crew. We're watching the crew now, so to get things ready on a pallet, they'll put it on the truck here. Talk about the dedication of workers here. And you talked about your bosses a little bit, and you said, listen, these are just nice guys.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's the thing that we have here. Everybody really enjoys being here and working here. There's no politics here. Everybody walks up to the other and works things out. So there aren't all these big problems that you see in the corporate world because of all these different layers. And all these guys know that are loading these trucks now that they're all responsible to, in the end, our client. So everybody's very careful with all the different products. They may be loading paper products right now, but this afternoon they'd be loading a truck up full of heavy equipment. And it's got to arrive there, and it's got to be right, and we just have to work to make the client happy, and that's what we bring to them. We try to bring them solutions, and that's what kind of makes us a little bit different here.
It is so cool to walk into a restaurant and you see this place totally decked out, and you're like, I did that.
Yes, it is. I got to tell you, after so many years in being in this business, I still get a thrill even when I'm selling you a single refrigerator or a whole restaurant, because it's just exciting to be there and to help people.
And it seems like you guys get out of the region as well. You mentioned a huge golf course out west. You've been out to a resort in Colorado. You take the product everywhere.
We do. If you're one of our clients and you come to us and you happen to be building a restaurant in Baltimore here today, but you're expanding, and that's what we want. We want to help make you successful. And tomorrow you're going to Colorado or to Michigan or to California, we're here for you, prepared to deliver the equipment there and the small wares there as well.
Sure. Herschel and I have something in common. We are both struggling golfers, so maybe we can give each other some really bad tips before the day is over. Workforce Friday, this Friday here at Acme Paper and Supply. So much more to tell you. Come on back. Workforce Friday here at Acme this morning, and we've been saying all morning, you've probably touched a product that came through Acme's brain workshop, because they come through with many innovations. Innovation is big. Jim Hare, Vice President of Sales, thanks for joining us. You guys put a lot of thought into things that come out in the market, yeah?
Well, a lot of our clients reach out to us to help them differentiate, support their branding program, and put forth the right image. Sure. We, as you see, and you've seen the last few days, there are over 20,000 products here in this facility, but it's really the solutions, the advice, and the consultation that we give our clients.
Sure. Got a minute or so. Let's talk a little bit about things that people have probably seen and had no idea your brainchild.
Well, from the very beginning, we've been very active with Maryland Live, one of the hot new scenes as far as Baltimore is concerned. Highly successful. The third largest actual casino in the U.S. Yeah. So we work with a lot of products there. On the cup and container side, going way back to seems like it was yesterday, but 21-31 with Cal Ripken. We played an instrumental role in developing particular products to help promote that very, very significant event.
Okay.
Beyond that, people are always looking for ways to dress up their product, show their products, sell more product. That's what it's about. So we're continually working with all of the regional sports teams, Phillies, Orioles, Ravens, Nationals, Wizards. And over the past few weeks, if you happen to be, as I was in Philadelphia for Zach Brown, you were enjoying Acme products at Citizens Bank Park, or a few weeks ago at M&T Bank Stadium for Billy Joel, or a few weeks ago at the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay. We were there supporting our client, and hopefully making the whole event a little more enjoyable.
Yeah, I bet you are. They're moving us along, but I appreciate you coming out. All kinds of good stuff. If you thought you didn't know Acme, just take a look. I bet there's something in your cupboard right now from one of those special games that came out of this place.
I'd like to invite everybody to become an Acme client.
Back to you guys. Acme Supply, Paper and Supply, and we're called this Workforce Friday because we want to talk a little bit about the workforce. And joining us, Derek Pratt, 10 years you've worked here, and this is one of those businesses where you just sort of, you work your way up.
Exactly.
For you, describe how you began and then how you made it to where you are now.
I've been on night shift for 7 years, pulling trucks, getting cases, pulling 90 cases in an hour, making my quota. Then I moved to day shift. They put me on UPS. I've been doing that for 2 years, doing hazardous material. Then they moved me to inventory. So it's a good place to grow and progress.
And you said 90 cases an hour, and I think it was something like 15,000 in a day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got to get it done. We got a lot of customers and a lot of clientele. We got to make the customers happy.
Yeah. Talk about the effort that goes through. You say about 12 guys in the morning in this morning shift. What do they go through throughout the shift to make sure that things get on here the correct way and out where they need on time?
Well, they go run around on their jacks, getting the cases, getting everything, make sure everything's dusted off right for the customer. We try to make it a pleasant experience for the customer. That's how we try to put it. What if we was getting the case? But other than that, you load the truck, get your next truck, start it all over again, go home. That's pretty much it.
All right, between me and you, do you miss the warehouse? Do you miss loading trucks?
Not really.
Derek, thank you. You know, we were talking about all the different things that they put on these trucks. There's a lot of different aspects to this business. Phil joined us this morning. Phil's been around the business 2 times now. This is a heck of a machine, and this is an idea of the different kind of things that you're able to do at Acme. Tell me a little bit about this and your job.
My job is the director of the janitorial division, so anything to clean hospitals, Class A buildings, public buildings, pretty much anywhere falls underneath my umbrella. This machine here is a very, very unique machine. It's called the Taz. It does chemography stripping with just water. It can do encapsulation in carpet. It can do scrubbing, buffing, polishing. It does a great job, and it's really, really easy to use. One of the unique machines that are out there that we have at Acme.
Do you ever walk through one of these warehouses and think, how much stuff can we squeeze in here?
Every day. Yeah, we've been busting at the seams for a while.
Yeah, and they always say, this is family, and it seems like this is a real family business, huh?
It is, absolutely. You know, all the employees that have been here, you know, my predecessor was here for 25 years. It really is a family environment and a great place to work.
Excellent. We're not done yet, Phil. Thank you. We have much more here at Acme Paper and Supply on this Workforce Friday. Back to you in the studio.